Well, good night. Feels like it's been so long since I've last played some nice Rune Factory. do 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 do. What is there going on for everybody out here? Right, yeah, I wanted to keep all those spots free and safe. I could go and water all of this, but my monsters are going to water all of this anyway, like, on their own, so I don't have to worry about that. So yes, hello, and welcome back to some Rune Factory 2. Still only on Rune Factory 2. It feels like we should be on Rune Factory 3 by now. Nope. All the animals like me, so I don't have to brush them anymore, I guess. Unless something bad happens, like they get sick or something. Or I run out of food. I shouldn't be running out of food for the animals, though, so... I mean, I shouldn't be. I still could. What's happening in recent news? Okay, so... I think it's about time to just explain things. I know that I'd said after the mini hiatus... I know that I had said that after the mini hiatus, I'd be back with all sorts of stuff to talk about concerning the pony convention. And when they came... And then, after the hiatus, I didn't say anything about the pony convention. Well, that's because I wound up not going. On Thursday, the 11th, the day that I was going to fly out of town to go to Vancouver for Vancouver, I should say. You okay? You okay? On the day that I was going to fly out, as I called to get a taxi to the airport, the operator on there was all like, "Oh, are you sure that your flight is still running? A lot of flights have been canceled today." And like, well, I wasn't 100% sure that I was going to fly, just, you know, decently certain, because that's where my flight was supposed to be. So I went, like, you know what? I'll go and check, and if the flight's still on, I'll call back. Thank you for your thank you for your concern. I'll double check. Turns out that I'd gotten sent an email about half an hour before, so that, oh yeah, the flight wasn't delayed, by the way. It was canceled. Excuse me, Cable, calm down. So yeah, the whole flight was canceled, as well as basically every flight that could get me closer to my destination. Or at least every flight out of town was canceled on that Thursday. And so I went to check. It's like, okay, well... Yeah, I had been booked for a new flight, but it's like, okay, you'll get there, you know, halfway through Saturday or something. It's like, so I had to call in the airline. Like, I tried to do their online, like, book a ticket to get somewhere better, and there were no flights available all weekend. So according to... Why is this disconnecting so constantly? That's really annoying. So what? You know, was it? Yeah, I couldn't get a flight there to land until like midday Saturday or something. And it's like, that kind of skips out like half-ish of the convention, and I'd still be paying full price. So I called into WestJet after an hour of being on the phone, most of which was, yeah, the grand majority of which was being on hold, pacing around the living room with a Chandra there like, oh no, what's gonna happen this weekend? finally get a hold of someone who seemed relieved that I didn't yell at her because, yeah, it really seems like a lot of people called in to yell about things. But yeah, because the weather was so cold, no planes could fly. And even in Edmonton, a lot of the flights were canceled. So, that's a bigger city than my city is. Uh, Speaking about being canceled, gosh, this computer really wants to cancel this episode, doesn't it? Gee, gosh. I'm almost starting to think maybe I should just take this scythe as like just a permanent part of my equipment, almost. If I'm going to start scything down grass patches on a consistent basis, maybe. Alright, so after being on hold for like an hour, I finally got a rescheduling of the new flight. So I'd be able to get there Friday at roughly 4 p.m. It's like, okay, have to shift some stuff around, have to, you know, shuttle from airport or get a ride from airport. It's like, but we can make it work. Like, it's unfortunate that I'd be missing stuff, but like, the actual real events don't start until like about like noon or like 2-ish, so like push back my ponies on paper event a bit. Okay, we can make this work. Sure. I missed a bit of the event. Whatever. We can do this. And then, so my flight from instead of Thursday about noon changed to Friday about noon. There's a time zone difference. Don't forget, between, you know, Alberta and BC, different time zones. So I think it would actually be like a 5-hour flight, but time zone. I think that's how the time zone works. So if it's like 5 p.m. here, be 4 p.m. there. Not 100% sure. I should probably check that. Whatever, it doesn't matter anymore. So it's like, okay, sure, fine, whatever. I think later that day, like 2 or 3 hours later, I'm checking my emails, because, like, what else am I doing that day? And it's like, oh, by the way, your new flight has been canceled, so instead, you're still taking the same flight down to Edmonton. So getting to Edmonton at approximately 1 p.m. or 2 p.m., you know, somewhere around there. But you're not... But then you have a 16-hour and 57-minute layover in Edmonton and leaving at, what is it, like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. the next day? So it's like, oh yeah, no, you're missing out on all of Friday. Why? Because. So you won't get there until about like 8 or 9 a.m. Saturday morning. So you're gonna have to spend the night in the airport. And it's like, so I called in again, like, excuse me? What? I was supposed to be, it's like, oh yeah, well, we had to, you know, cancel that flight too because of the weather that's gonna happen tomorrow. And it's like, oh yeah, so, oh, we can reschedule you. Instead you get to Vancouver at, like, Friday night at, like, midnight. So you can, like, you know, like Friday, like 11:59 p.m. Friday, not Friday midnight as in I have all Friday there. So I'm still losing all of Friday, but then I can try to, you know, spend the night actually in the hotel room instead of in an airport. I really don't want to sleep at an airport. I've tried to take a nap at an airport before, and it was not a good experience. Mostly just because of the stress of, I don't know these people, I don't trust these people. I don't trust people not to take my things. I have trust issues. But I mean, I feel it's fair to not trust strangers to... Anyway! So it's like, okay, well, at this rate, I'm already missing, you know, one of the 2.5 days, but I'm still paying full price. Plus, I'll be getting to a strange city at midnight. So it's like, well, I'd either have to rely on, you know, a shuttle that I have no idea about how verifiable it is, or rely on strangers to, you know, pick me up and bring me to a hotel. Like, this is ringing alarm bells in my head that I couldn't quite adequately explain why it was ringing alarm bells. People didn't seem to understand why I'd be so uncomfortable with this whole thing. So I decided, like, you know what? Just cancel the flight flat out. It's like, I was supposed to already be there by now. And now I'm being told, oh no, it's going to be several more hours. Like, a part of me, though, wonders, like, maybe I should have just taken it, get there, you know, get there Friday night, spend the night there, you know, cancel my panel event, cancel my event that was going to happen on Friday and just do Saturday, Sunday instead, still take part in all the stuff, whatever, and just try to have fun regardless. And, like, maybe I should have done that instead. Like, I don't know, maybe that would be better, maybe it wouldn't be better. Well, I'll never know now. But I wound up not going. But I had originally booked the plane ticket with Expedia using WestJet. So I had to call Expedia to get my refund. It's like, okay, fine, call Expedia. And they're all like, oh yeah. But Expedia wasn't answering on Friday for whatever reason, so I called on Monday. I think it was. And on Monday, had person on the phone for, you know, about an hour and a half, something like that. And then they were all like, oh yeah, actually, even though you booked through us, because WestJet canceled your flight and rebooked you a new flight, they took priority over a part of the flight. So, which means that they are actually in charge of, you know, processing a refund for it. Because the email that I got from Expedia did say that I could be issued a refund because the flight had flat out been cancelled. And they seem to be closed on the weekend, and it was either they weren't answering on the Friday, or I didn't think to call on Friday, or I did call and they were all like, oh, call back on Monday, or whatever. Not 100% sure, I don't quite adequately remember exactly which one it was. Yeah, so I was calling back on Monday. It's like, oh yeah, well, since, you know, WestJet took over part of your flight and we still have part of your flight, it's like, it's between, like, both of us, like, which, like, to get you your refund. It's like, oh, so what can you do on your part to give me the refund? Because I had called because when I talked to the person at WestJet, she had said that I had to talk to someone at Expedia, and you're now someone at Expedia telling me that I have to talk. No, actually, originally the person had said, oh, well, WestJet took over your flight, so you have to talk to them, and they're the only one who can do it. It's like, I talked to someone at WestJet. She said that I had to talk to someone at Expedia. And then the person at Expedia was like, because they weren't expecting me to actually have that answer. They were expecting me to just, you know, hang up, call WestJet, be on hold with them for like an hour, have WestJet tell me, oh no, you have to talk to someone at Expedia, and then call back, then someone else at Expedia can deal with the issue instead. And so it's like, no, person at WestJet said I had to talk to you. And then they didn't know what to do. I think I did all of my chores. That was very fast. There's still a lot of that, but I don't want to. So then it's like, okay, well, what do we do now? Because I want my refund, because my flight had been cancelled. And I also want to refund for the other flights that I didn't take because my original flight got cancelled. I'm not paying for the flight back, because my flight there had been cancelled, so I couldn't take the flight back. And it's... yeah, I really did not want to do, like, any recording that whole weekend, because I was just in such a low mood from... it's like, I've been looking forward to this event for a few months. I've been taking part, volunteering on stuff, you know, and then day of the event, it's like, oh no, you're not going. Well, the day before the event, oh yeah, you're not going. Screw you, no. So it's like, okay, yeah. So yeah, Excuse me, microphone. When you see those things popping in the bottom left corner there, that means that all of my USB devices got unplugged at once, including my microphone. So that's why you don't hear me talking for a few seconds, and then that all pops up. I could fix that if I really want to. So yeah, and then Person XP was all like, oh, I'll have to talk with someone at WestJet about this to see what we can do, and on hold again for a bit, and then it's like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, WestJet has some, Expedia has some. We'll have WestJet open a ticket. Call back, don't call today because they won't have opened the ticket today. Call back by Friday, the person had said on Monday. So it's like, oh, I should call back, like, before Friday? No, don't call before Friday because I won't have the ticket, but call back by Friday. It's like, what? So, what? What they meant is call back on Friday. English, y'all. Very difficult language. And people sometimes tell me, oh, it doesn't matter if someone, you know, doesn't speak the language totally well. You can still know what they mean. Not all the time, no. But, okay, whatever. It's like, I confirmed it 3 times with the person that I should call back on Friday. Cool. On Friday at roughly 2 p.m., and this was just last week Friday, I called in, you know, on hold about maybe half an hour. I think the whole call was somewhere from half an hour to an hour. Expedia wait times were lower than WestJet's were when they canceled all the flights for the day. Do I sound bitter in any way, shape, or form? Because I'm trying not to sound it, but I kind of am. Yeah, so... And then there was the whole, it's like, oh, well, WestJet was supposed to, like, open up a ticket, and they did, but didn't, but did, but didn't. I was really confused trying to understand what was being said there. It's like, okay, well, I'll talk with WestJet on getting this, you know, all sorted out. I will call you back either in a few hours or tomorrow at approximately this time. So that's why I remember it was about 2 p.m. So I was all like, you know what? Okay. Tomorrow at approximately this time or later today. Sure. I don't call back, they call me. Alright. That's fine. Sure. Saturday, about 2 p.m. rolls by, no call. I figure, okay, well, again, they're probably closed on Saturday. Wait for Monday. Sunday, of course, no call. Monday comes around. No call, but I decided to, like, wait a few extra hours, because it might be, like, by the end of the workday. By the end of the day Monday, still no call, so it's like, okay, well, maybe I should call them. Tuesday, I got busy and forgot about calling back. So Wednesday, today, as of time of recording, it was today, I decided to call back myself, even though they said that I wouldn't have to call back. I did have to call back, because, like, hey, they said tomorrow, it's been, like, 5 days. It's like, excuse me. So get person on the phone who's all like, oh yeah, they opened up a ticket, blah, 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 blah. You know what? I'm just going to get your refund processed for you. So like, oh, actually, I mean, good news for once. Good. I didn't say that. I wasn't so sarcastic on the phone, but it's like, okay, good. Phone call lasted half an hour-ish. Somewhere about that. And then now, apparently, I'll get my refund in 5 to 7 business days. The connection was a bit choppy, so I couldn't really hear what was being said so well. But somewhere from 5 to 7 business days, I believe is what she had said. So, anyone want to place bets on when and / if I actually do get this refund? Want to start placing your bets here, folks? I feel like I could just... Well, anyway. Yeah, who knows when it might actually be. So, yeah, that's recent news. Also, going to Vancouver, I was supposed to meet up with someone who was also going there, who had bought certain tabletop, well, card pony-themed card games. How do I phrase this? He had bought the games on my behalf, so with the expectation that I'm going to pay him back, and then use the games for the tabletop room that I was supposed to run. And yeah, and then bring them home, but so the games would ultimately be out of my pocket. However, he'd bought the games to the event. I didn't go to the event. So like, hey, would you kindly like mail me the games and I'll pay you for the games and also for the shipping. And he hello, microphone. Because Tabitha St. Germain was also going to Vancouver, and I wanted her autograph on a couple of my Magic the Gathering cards. Rarity and Nightmare Moon. Because, jeez, boy, the VA, well, does she also do Nightmare Moon? She does Luna. Luna is Nightmare Moon, but sometimes one character can have multiple VAs. I believe Simba from The Lion King had 4. Just for reference. Either way, I wanted her autograph on those cards, but since I wasn't going, I couldn't bring the cards, and there wasn't enough time to, like, mail them in to get them there, get them signed, and then have them shipped back. So I asked if they could grab some, like, card sleeves, have her sign those. I'd pay for the signatures, and then, you know, send them with the other stuff. And that was a yes, and Tabitha apparently charges $25 per autograph. So it's like, okay, an extra $50, but, you know, I'm going to remember these. These are going to be really nice. Sure, I'll pay the extra $50 for 2 autographs on card sleeves. Absolutely. However, it wasn't autographs on 2 card sleeves, it was autographs on 3 card sleeves because one of them got smudged. However, I didn't have to pay $75 for the 3 autographs. However, I also didn't have to pay $50 for the 2 autographs. I paid nothing for them because the person who I had asked to get these Okay, that's weird. The person who had asked to get her autographs from me had forgotten to go and get the autographs during the regular getting autographs time. And instead, a bit after that scheduled time, they realized, oh shoot, the autographs! Because apparently someone mentioned something about, like, card games. Because, hey, there's a Pony CCG as well. I wanted to play some of that over the weekend. And then they remembered, oh shoot, the cards! Oh shoot, the cards! Ooh. And then, you know, ran out and, you know, got the sleeves signed. However, since Tabitha had already finished the regular public autographs, these weren't done on a charged basis. These were done just basically out of the kindness of her own heart. So she didn't charge for these autographs, so which means I got 3 card sleeves of Tabitha St. Germain's autograph for free. But since these are not perfect fit sleeves, these are like regular card sleeves, I had to go and dig through my collection of sleeves for a few oversized sleeves that I have. They have like the Force of Will logo on the back of them. They're pretty nice. Go on like blank sleeves very well, so looks very nice. And the autograph is like sideways, so when the magic card is tapped, you can read the signature properly. So I got all that package of stuff, I think, on Monday. So I wanted to talk about it, but I got it like Monday night after I'd already, done on my recording for the day. Or at least, my recording of Rune Factory for the day. Because it wasn't supposed to be here until Friday. But it still got here. So it was like, hey, I've been checking the tracking. And it says it's already there. You have it? Can you check? I'm like, I'll check. Sure. Yeah, it was here. So I got the card games, I got the cards. So 2 pretty simple-ish looking card games. So that's all well and good. Plus plus a couple of Twilight Secret Shipfit folder cards featuring Derpy and like a Trixie or 2. But mostly Derpies. Because, gotta get the extra Derpy. And then the card sleeves as well. I think there's at least something else in there, but mostly the card sleeves are what got me so excited. So I played a few games of Commander with my rarity deck with the new card sleeve on. And because I have a standing desk that I use for playing Commander on. Have a nice playmat out, have a webcam like basically permanently fixed in place, have a little stand permanently set up, permanently I say, where I can take my handheld computer, the one I'm using as a controller right now, plop it in the spot, use that to, play webcam Commander games. Well, card games, really. All that stuff. I want to make sure all the crops are watered before going to sleep. So, yeah. So, since that's not my normal desk, often I just leave the cards just sitting there after I'm done with the game. Clean them up later, whatever. And I left the rarity card just sitting there. So every time I walk by and I just see the rarity card with Tabitha's autograph, just kind of makes me, I don't know. I want to say it makes me laugh a little, but it's not because it's funny. It's because it's oh my gosh, I got her autograph. It's an event that I didn't expect would actually wind up happening, and it did. So it fills me with a sense of oh my gosh. Yeah, now, I mean, if I could just get the Green Brothers' autographs on some of my Magic cards, what cards do you think that they would sign? Yeah, I know Hank Green is into Magic the Gathering. His first song on the Vlog Brothers channel was a Magic the Gathering-based song. Cut way, way, way back in the day, about 2010-ish. 2010, 2011-ish, I'd go onto the, I'd watch through the Vlog Brothers, and on all of the, Hank's song videos, I'd do a YouTube to MP3 to take, and, use Audacity to edit the song, intro, exit, whatever bit. So it's just the song there, and I put it on my iPod. At the time, I had an iPod. No, I think, I had taken my mom's iPod, but I think I also had an iPhone. Yeah, I used an iPhone for a bit. Whatever, I was 15, 16, something. This was about 14 years ago, so yeah, it was about 15-ish. So what am I saying right now? So I used to take the Hank songs that he wrote and put them on there. Put them on the iPod and listen to them while walking to and from school and during lunch and stuff. Not in class. It's not listening to my music in class. Just remind me of a day in grade 7 or grade 8, somewhere around there, when there was a charity raise money for charity, whatever thing, where students could pay $1 and they were allowed to listen to music in class all day long. However, on the condition that they, stop listening to the music when the teacher wants to talk to them. So it's a very, like, hey, work on these worksheets type of a day. Just nice, casual day, whatever. I wasn't going to take part in it, but my parents found out that it was a thing, and they were all like, yeah, sure, we'll give you $1 to give to your teacher so you can listen to music. And I was all just like, okay. My parents want me to, but except, like, that was like grade. I'm sorry, why can I not use my... Oh, I got interrupted while filling it. Ta-da! Alright, so... what was there again? It was not... Right. However, I didn't really have music so readily available because at that time, grade 8, I didn't have like an iPod or iPhone, and like I had a CD player. So I brought along my portable CD player, brought like my cheapo headphones. And it's like, well, I could have bought like Green Day, whatever. I had a Green Day music disc. I instead bought an audiobook to just listen to. So I just listened to an audiobook in class. Teacher wanted to say something, I'd, pause the CD player, and other students would complain because I thought I was listening to music while the teacher was talking when they weren't allowed to listen to music when the teacher was talking. It's like, no, I paused it, I'm not listening to the music. Not realizing that, of course, they couldn't hear. It's like, I'm not listening to it, I'm listening to the teacher. It's like, well, they didn't know that because I didn't take the headphones off, but they're like, why should I take off the headphones? It's like, I don't have to take off the headphones. I'm already not listening to the... like, I'm already not listening to it. And the teacher's all like, no, I trust this student specifically. If this student says... like, if Claire says she's not listening to her music, I believe her. If any of the rest of you tried that, I would not believe any of you. And you know what? I didn't... up to that point, I didn't realize I was, like, teacher's pet. But I mean... it was just a funny moment. I watched someone come by and psychoanalyze it to be, like, actually trauma or something. To say that I actually had some sort of trauma. Because I'm sure I do have trauma, of course, but... I don't know, whatever. Right, ponies. See, that's how a train of thought works, people. Very convoluted path leading from pony convention to, growing up with autism. Woo! Well, yeah, got the stuff. I would really like to be able to find people that I could play, card games and stuff with. Someone in a local Facebook group, had said that they were looking for, people to, like, start up a group with, to, like, play board games and stuff. So someone's planning on, making a Facebook Messenger group about that. And I messaged the person myself saying, it's like, yes, I would like in on this, please. So he said that he'd add me to the group once he gets around to making it, so it's like, okay, cool, and thank you. So essentially just have to wait for that to happen. What else happened? I mean, I got new earbuds because my last earbuds got lost somewhere or other. I don't know where. Well, I think I know where. I think I left them in my brother's bedroom from back when I was hanging out there, and I was using the earbuds while recording some episodes of Rune Factory, and I put them back in their case and left them on his desk. But they might have, like, fallen to the floor or something, I don't know. I thought I put them in my bag, but I hadn't. Speaking of my bag, I still don't have my new bag yet. I was supposed to get it for Christmas, but it wasn't done by then. And then I was supposed to get it in, like, before leaving for the pony convention. Before leaving for Vancouver, I was supposed to have it. But I still didn't. Because there was, like, one specific piece of it. It's like one specific piece that took like 2 days to make that got completely lost somewhere in the basement for like 3 or 4 days. Yeah, it would have been faster to just remake the piece, but like, come on, it had to be somewhere around there. It was. So I don't know if the bag is finished yet or not. I'm just trying to think, did I already get the bag and completely forget about it? It's like, no, I don't have the bag yet. I would remember I remember seeing the bag like while it was being built, but I have not actually had the bag in my apartment. If I had gotten it, I would have a memory of having that bag in my apartment. And also, I'd probably have it like sitting on my table or hanging off my door frame or something. Probably hanging off my door frame. Only place where the cat can't crawl around in it. At least I'm hoping. Dude, my old bag got worked. See, yeah, Zora still wants me to, you know, play on this Minecraft mod pack with her a whole bunch and all that, and I think we're just about to start killing withers to get some supplies. But I wanted to record this, so I'm just taking a break to record this real quick before we go and start, you know, killing some withers to get some nether stars and all that. Okay. Healing magic is very useful. Alright. It's like, I want to be the sort of person who, like, goes out and, like, does stuff, but, like, I have had a lot of fun just, you know, sitting around with strangers and playing games together. There is a weekly place where people go and, like, play games on, I think it's Saturday nights, whatever, but that's, like, across town, and I don't drive, and, the buses don't really stop by there. They stop, like, 3 blocks away. It's like, whatever. So it takes, like, an hour and a half to bus down there. Then, okay, like, only 3 blocks of walking is not that much, honestly. But then by the time the event is over, the buses are done for the night. So it's, like, either... So I basically have to get a ride or stay somewhere downtown overnight. And so if there happens to be a time when, like, nobody shows up, I am potentially just flat out screwed. Whereas if I drove still, and I could just drive down, definitely less of an issue. Part of why I want to live in Edmonton is not only that there are more of these sorts of events going on a regular basis, and thus more to do, but also travel in Edmonton seems to just be better. Speaking of Edmonton, still absolutely totally want to go to that magic event in like 2 months, but I mean, not much has to be planned for that. Pack up some commander decks, grab some cash, get ready to get going. So like, I thought of potentially going and also bringing my little brother, and like, you know, two of us making a nice siblings day out, whatever. Going out, having some fun. But I thought, it's like, little brother, he plays games with his friends as well. He plays, you know, Commander with his friends. It's like, okay, well, it could be interesting. Could be interesting, at least. Not necessarily good. Just to go with the brother and bring some of his friends along. This is a whole group of kids that I have to watch out for while I'm also wanting to just go and have fun. And, I mean, some of his friends can be somewhat responsible, but I wouldn't really want to have to chaperone multiple kids I don't really know. If it's just like the one, like, my brother's a good kid. Like, he is a really good kid. Like, as far as kids go, yeah. But his friends, not quite as much, no. Not, like, terrible, but just not as... whatever. Anyway. So the third Tabitha sleeve, I decided to put on... Okay, ow. Okay, you calm down a moment. So if I can get 4 grass seeds... I think with this I literally just had the leek seeds, so I decided to start using them. Wasn't that the case? Yeah, this is definitely not a game that I'm going to try to get, like, level 10 all crops on. For the record, Rune Factory 4, Rune Factory 5, I had time to go and do that. And also more farming land to do it on. More or less. Also, Rune Factory 4, Rune Factory 5, you can speed up crop growth. So in the later game, it gets to the point where it would only take, like, a few in-game weeks. Yeah. It would take maybe, like, an in-game week or two to get a crop all the way maxed up. Alright, well... Oh yeah, new magic set coming out. So far, it doesn't seem like there are any really cool colorless cards for the set, which... yeah, that's disappointing. Huh? Really hope I didn't need these leaks for anything. Really hope it really was just a case of having extras. How did I not even notice that I had that ready? Yeah, I want to be able to go out and do stuff. I want to interact with people, like, not online, but, like, in person. Excuse you, computer. I want to, like... and yeah, doing, like, Let's Plays and stuff with people, like, sure, fine. But, like, playing games in person is more fun for me than playing games online. I don't know, there's something about not having, like, Discord lag and all that. Although, if people want to play some Lethal Company co-op, and will let me record it, so put it on the channel, you know? I'd say hit me up, but don't do that. I mean, hey, if we already know each other, if you already know who I am on Discord, I don't know, send me a message. Let's play some Lethal Company together. Because the only people who know me on this channel on Discord will either be people I already know or people I told to watch this on... or told to watch the channel who watched on Discord. Who I met on Discord. Oh god. My vocabulary is going down. Someone, Get some flowers. Algernon needs some flowers. Okay, so I'm thinking moonflowers are somewhere over here. I really should have just gotten the extra grass seeds to an eye of yes. No, but here's some oranges. Do. 5 of these. Not quite what I needed to do. Alright, so nothing's going on yet. Let's go check for grass seeds. No, but I do have more clover seeds, which I'm not going to be using way up there. Right. 4 grass seeds to plant in that icy area. Because apparently grass works in the cold.
Welcome, friend.
Winter special. Even though this is saying that it doesn't, it seems to be working anyway.
Howdy, kiddo.
I should really upgrade the scythe, honestly. So on any time aside from winter, then cut to... You know what? Screw it. We get that field.
Welcome, friend.
You know, I think we're good. Have some water. Gotta stay hydrated, friend. But yeah, new magic set is coming out. Doesn't really have much in the way of awesome new colorless cards, but like whatever, not every set has to have new cards for that deck. Most of the decks that I've been running, I mean, sure they're fun enough to play in the moment, but trying to keep up with all of the decks at once is time-consuming and expensive, and I mean, I have lots of time to be keeping up with it, in essence. I don't really want to keep buying all of the different cards for them, especially since I never actually sell the cards. It is just a flat money sink, when I've had plenty of fun just playing like simple little $1 decks instead. I could potentially proxy out the cards, and I've done that here and there before. However, in order to actually play the proper, like, if I want to play at, say, the face-to-face event happening in 2 months, I have to have all the decks I'm bringing be fully, legal. And if I'm running proxies, then technically you're not allowed to play them in there, which also means that I'll have to get some actual, little proper legal decks for my little brother to play. So who knows, maybe I'll make another couple, like a couple more like cheapo little $1 decks again, as I sometimes do, as I've mentioned. Just to... I got a pharmacy level! Those are rare. So maybe I'll get another $1 deck or two $1 decks or whatever. Hello, you. You, teacher. Now for a tone shift. Someone's being sealed away. Fearsome is rampaging. So yeah, when you play Rune Factory 4 first and actually kill Fearsome, it's like, okay, whatever, just another boss. But then you play these games and realize, oh no, Fearsome is really hyped up. Nobody goes to seal the Dragon Guard. Something awful's gonna happen, isn't it? Well, if it seals I could broke, God, it'd be too... If it hasn't broken, maybe I'll just keep holding. You can't go. I got the shivers. It's a dance festival tomorrow. Are you excited? I feel like that there are other bigger issues to be concerned about. So I have to find out a way to go below the town. Don't we have a well? No, shoot, that's a fountain.
Good afternoon.
Hi there.
Okay, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do now in-game. I'm pretty sure I did all my daily chores. Those things will come around eventually to start watering this, but I feel like I can also just water this. Like it's something of a non-issue. Alright, stuff. Right, want to play games and stuff. Just try joining local group, play board games, whatever. Got some board games, now looking for people to try to play games and stuff with. Want to do more recordings to play more games. Have been in kind of very busy lately playing Minecraft mod packs with Azura a lot because she insists on playing basically all day every day. She seemed to get a bit upset at me when I said I was taking an hour break just to, you know, do some recording. But it's like,
Hey there.
why are you in the women's bathroom? So, yeah. Or whatever, there's lots of games to play. Oh, also, don't fret about Danganronpa. It's not, you know, cancelled. It's just being shifted around because Azura didn't want to record episodes of it because she would rather play Minecraft all day. If we ever finish with this mod pack, I'm not suggesting another one for us to do. Although, I am still tempted in trying to do RuneScape, just, you know, playing RuneScape with probably my brother or something. I feel like I should message him about it and just be all like, hey, yo, I don't know. Find some time on the weekend or whatever. Just play some RuneScape together on our own computers and just do various quests. It's like, okay, for this mission we need such and such. Still not sure if I want to... I think I should make a whole new account for it to just... basically just do all of the different quests and then... I don't know. Various fast-forwarded episodes of farming levels. Like, that's a big issue about RuneScape. So much grinding. Just sitting there for a few hours, just clicking on the same thing over and over again to grind up wood cutting or smithing, mining, fire making, attack, defense, strength. Alright, so essentially just... So I feel like the next episode of this is going to be very important because it's going to feature, we're starting to get close to the final boss. So, you know, look forward to that. It's what, midsummer? You're at like 8? Could have done it faster if I had known all the different plants I was going to need. But whatevs. It's all well and good. Now it's just a matter of getting a bit more mining XP because why not? Oof. A little bit talked out for a bit here. I don't know what else there is to talk about. Want to play more games, want to do more games. I would love to find a group of people locally who would be interested in playing games on, like, I was gonna say on webcam, like on-camera games. Play some Commander, maybe play some Commander with variants. I've had some ideas for doing like a, you know, Commander YouTube series. Essentially, we play Commander, but every game has a random, like, new rule introduced in it. But we don't get to know the rule before we select our decks. So yeah, we have to select our decks without knowing the rule. Then we're told the rule. Then we get to select our opening hands. Rules being various, you know, card effects that might apply to the game. Still want to do a rules lawyer game because I think that would be the most headache-inducing and ridiculous game out there. Maybe different planar effects. Like, oh, hey, randomly, today's episode, we have, like, all lands tapped for any color of mana. So essentially, all lands are, like, command towers. Oh gosh, wait a all lands are City of Brass. They tap for any color, but whenever they get tapped, we get hurt. So we only actually really have so much mana throughout the game. That could be interesting! Especially not going into it ahead of time, so you might just have, like, a green deck that fetches out a bunch of lands. Well, these are City of Brasses! Also just a commander game with, like, a permanent stasis effect, so nothing ever gets, you know, there's never actually an untapped step. But if you don't go into it knowing that that's going to happen, so you don't run like something like Sands of Time or Awakening, I think that gets around it. But yeah, Seedborn Muse, Unwinding Clock, both useless because those require the untapped step. My microphone has been off, and I don't know for how long. But I would love to do some, I'd love to do more, like, in-person game recording stuff, because I think that could be fun. I had some fun doing it on my own. It could be fun doing so with other people. Or, you know, just playing more games with people. I don't know why, but I want to be social and do things with people, but meeting people is so annoying and difficult. But anyway, that's the end of this episode. I hope that you've enjoyed and take care of yourselves. Stay hydrated!